Hello everyone, I'm back here again with a budget-friendly DIY with you guys. So let's get into it. These are the supplies that you would need for this project. I will link all these supplies down below in the description box. The first step is you take your pipe cleaners and you twist them just like that. And I have used about 5 pipe cleaners and I have combined them all together in a big string. And what you need to do is you just need to start wrapping them and folding them, and you can loop them in a way that there is no gap left in between any of the pipe cleaners. And if you feel at any point that you are running low on the pipe cleaner and the shape you would like it to be bigger, you can always add more and make it bigger or more dense, whatever you prefer. Just make sure that there are no gaps left. If you can see, I have a lot of gaps showing right now. It should look really dense like this without any gaps. So let's complete this one. Once this is complete and you don't see no more spacing, you are good to go on the next step. So let me show you what we need to do next. The next step is you will take a piece of thread. You have to loop it around in one of the wires so it can hang something like this. I just tied it together on a stick, and it's just a wooden skewer that I took. And it has to be high enough that when you put it in a container, it's not touching any edges and it's not touching the bottom of the container. The next step, what we're gonna do, while we measure our stuff, you need to have boiling hot water. You can use the hot water on the stove, or you can use an electric kettle. I prefer the electric kettle because I find it much easier. You can use it whatever way you prefer. Pour your boiling hot water into your glass container, and just see that when we dip it in, it has to be completely submerged in the water. I have taken about 400 milliliters, and let's see how much we need. The borax. So we need to put enough borax that the water becomes really saturated and we cannot dissolve the borax powder anymore. Continue mixing the mixture until you feel like there is some borax powder left under in the bottom and you cannot mix it anymore. So if you can see, my mixture is completely dissolved, but in the bottom I still have some borax powder left. The water has changed its color into more like a milky texture, and that's what we would like. At this point, you will add your food color. The more darker your color is, the more darker your geode color will turn out. And I will show you, once I show you my final product, how my final geode came out when I used an extra amount of color. Mix it together again. Once you have mixed the color in, at this point, you will take your circle ball that you made and you will just submerge this in. And I have found it easier or better when you cover this with some kind of paper. And we just have to wait for 8 to 10 hours. Ideally, it would be nice if we can wait about 10 hours, but I will see how long I can wait before I get very impatient to open this up. So I will get back to you in about 8 hours and I will give you a status update of what happened. Hi guys, so it's been almost 8 hours and I want to take these out and I want to see how they came out. So the first one we're gonna do is this big one that I tried. It was more like a brown color that I did, but I think when it took the color, it's more of a salmon color. We will take this and put it on a paper towel so all the excess of the color just dries up a little. Let it sit for another half hour, 40 minutes until the rocks are completely dried. And then next, I'm gonna put it on a paper towel so I don't damage my table. So that was the first color. The next color was more of a teal color. Oh, this looks beautiful. And this is how it looks like. And we're gonna let this sit as well. And this was the blue color. So the only difference between this blue and this teal is I used the liquid color blue in this one, and I used the gel color in this one. So let's keep them aside to dry them, and then we'll come back and do the finishing touches on this. After taking it out from the solution, I am thinking I'm gonna paint them a little to give them a little more jazz to how it looks. The color itself looks beautiful, but I am thinking just for a little pizzazz, I'm just gonna paint it. I will continue to paint and I will show you how it looks when it's completely dried. You can use this over on any box, any candle, or you can just display them the way it is, whatever you like. After you take it out from the solution, let them completely dry. And when you feel like they're ready, they can be dry in about 20 minutes, 30 minutes, depending upon what kind of temperature you are in. You can display them exactly the way it is because they look gorgeous just the way they are. But if you want to jazz them up a little, I painted one of mine gold on one side and the other side is still blue. You can paint them like this in any color. There are a lot of leaf colors that are available. So if you feel like gold, if you want to display in a room where there's a lot of gold, silver, you can paint them however you like. I'm gonna paint one more into not the whole thing gold, but just a little bit gold, and then I will show you how they look. One more thing I would like to suggest that you can do, apart from just using these as a decorative piece, you can make jewelry out of this. Look how pretty the earrings are gonna look, or even a necklace, or even matching ring. You can use any color, how big or small you want. If you did enjoy watching this video, leave a comment down below. Subscribe to my channel if you have not done so. It means a whole lot to me. And stay tuned for the next video on the next DIY Wednesday.